Hello, everyone. So, I have another message. This one's not going to be an easy message to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it best way I can. So, for y'all in the world, y'all hearing about a lot of stuff that I've been through, spiritually wise, and stuff like that. Some stuff that's in a reality. Well, this is a topic that I just started thinking about a second ago. So, I'm going to express it the best way I can. So, when I was about 4, I think it was 4. I was 3 going to 4. Okay. I was SA, which is sexually assaulted. Okay. Didn't know what that meant when I was a kid. So, when I was a kid, I went to a family member house, and their stepchild that was 13, I guess at the time, 13. I was supposed to be at the house to stay over. Well, not stay over, just stay for a couple hours. But anyway, so, yeah, this girl, it was a girl. And, she was like 13, something like that. And I'm, like I said, I'm between 3 and 4. And she take me in a closet. I can see it like if it was yesterday. She takes me into a closet and start touching in my private areas and stuff like that. And it freaked me out so bad that I did like a number 2 on myself, 3 or 4 years old. And I, at that age, didn't tell anyone. It took me until I was about 16, 15 or 16 when I finally said something to someone. And basically what I'm trying to get at is this. At that age, I didn't know what was going on. And I have to be honest with myself and the world. Because I was that age, it wasn't like I was around like sexual things or anything like that. Like that was, the life I lived. Like it was, I grew up in the church. Okay, I grew up in the church. And because of that situation, I never told anyone, but it made me curious about my sexuality. Yes, it did. It made me question my sexuality as a kid. Now, with that being said, it made me think, like, do I supposed to like girls? Do I supposed to like guys? What is it? The way I was raised, I was raised old school, old school, where your parents is like, do what I say and that's it. You don't really have any options. You can't pick left. You can't pick right. Whatever's given to you is what's given to you. When it came to having a conversation about life, what life? Like, you gotta live their life. That's literally how I was raised. I had to live that person's life. Whatever they said is what I had to do. I had no other options. I had no identity but theirs. And it was a struggle. So as a kid, I grew up where I was questioning my sexuality. I started getting to the point because I just love everybody. I loved everybody. I just love people in general. So I was like, well, love is love. So if you love everybody, I guess it's okay. Because I never had a conversation. The conversation was never told to me. I lived in the country, so it wasn't like it's something in my face. The first time I ever saw a female that was, as y'all call lesbian, or the opposite of that, where a female, I don't know, y'all changed the word so much, saying you can't say this, you can't say that. So just know she was a tomboy, okay, that liked girls. And it was the first time I ever saw it in my reality as a female version. It was the first day I went to college. Yeah. So just think, this is happening to me when I'm 3 or 4, and I didn't get to see that image until, as a female version, until I went to college. Now, I did grow up with someone, a male, that dabbled in the same, but as a female, no, I didn't know nothing about it. So like I said, when I was a kid, I questioned stuff. I even went to the point where I was looking at girls Yep, I'm telling my truth. It is what it is, because a lot of people go through this. And I'll be like fascinated about the female. And in my spirit, I know like that's not, something like that's not what I'm supposed to be feeling. But, you know, it was on my mind. Because of that issue that happened, sex became a curiosity for me at a very early age. The person I lived with didn't know it, because I couldn't tell no one. I didn't have anybody I could talk to, because this person shielded me from everyone. Like, if I hold a conversation with anyone other than this person, pissed off, yell, scream at me because I'm talking to somebody and not them. So I couldn't tell anybody. So the older I grew up, the more curious I was. I wanted to know things. I even had a family member that used to have VHS tapes. And I gotta tell my truth. If it's in me, I gotta tell my truth. They had some tapes that your kids don't supposed to look at. But I used to sneak a tape out. Yes, I used to sneak a tape out. They didn't know it at the time, but I would sneak a tape out because I wanted to know what was this all about. Because of the experience I went through caught me off guard, so I wanted to understand it because nobody else was telling me. Now, this was back when when you couldn't figure it fine. It wasn't no internet. It wasn't no where I can go on TV and see something. Now, the older I got, they had like your pay-per-view and stuff, but you gotta get the antenna just right to be able to see a little something. It was that type of time back then. If you didn't have anybody around that had like magazines or tapes, you didn't know nothing. But I did have a family member that had like tapes, and they didn't know that I didn't, they didn't know that I knew. And I would sneak the tapes out, go home, see what's going on or whatever. And that's how I learned about how the body operate at an early age. Yeah. And even though for me, I didn't initially do anything until I got into college. So when I got in college, that was my first time doing something. Okay? First time. I was scared. Your girl was scared. But yeah, at a young age, I found out about a lot of stuff. And basically what I'm trying to get at is, in this world, it confused me about my body. It confused me about the male body. It confused me about who I am, what I am. It screwed my head up. The only way, the older I got, the only way I learned about different things was through classmates. Yes, classmates. I was a quiet person. I was very quiet. But there was a lot of fast classmates the older I got. Yeah. There was especially when I got when I was in elementary school. I'm gonna say this, and it's still part of the topic. This is how you know that there's steroids and foods and stuff that screw with our heads. Okay, so I was born in '87. When I was about to hit 3rd grade, there was girls that was starting to get very developed, and I'm in the 3rd grade. I'm noticing, yo, they changing our food up, because kids supposed to get developed until they was the end of middle school, beginning high school. That's when I knew they was starting to put stuff in our food at a young age, because people was getting developed very fast, too fast. But anyway, and that was screwed up my mental at the same time too, because I'm noticing you come out here like a grown tail woman, and we in the 3rd, 4th grade. But yeah, so once I got in middle school, that's when I started noticing things. I was hearing conversations. Yeah, middle school. I was born in '87. Middle school, and we didn't have this technology that we have now. And I'm listening, and I'm hearing. I'm not trying to be nosy, but if you're in my circle, not my personal circle, but you're close deafness where you're talking loud where I can hear you and I can't move nowhere because I'm sitting at my seat. I hear things, and that's how I found out about a lot of different things of the body and stuff like that at a young age, because there was some kids in middle school that was pregnant. It wasn't a lot like it is these days, but it was like a few that, hit, like here and there. There was a lot of people that was doing sexual things and stuff. So I learned a lot of my stuff with through school. And I did go through some bad situations when it came to the body, but at that time I didn't know what was going on. My brain couldn't connect the two, but I found out later on it's because somebody had spells on me, so that's why I had issues body-wise. I'm gonna just leave it like that because it's like I don't talk about that. But yeah, I had spells on me. That's why I went through what I went through, for the people that know. Yeah, so because of that situation, at 3 or 4, it opened my mind too fast. I'm just thankful that I didn't open up too fast to catch my drift. I was very protective of myself and my thoughts and stuff like that. But yeah, for a very long time, I looked both directions. I looked both directions. Did I know if what I was doing was right or wrong? Based off the Bible, I was ashamed. Out the Bible, I felt like God was gonna strike me down. I was like, Lord God, I know this not right, or whatever. This is not where I want to be at. I'm trying to do what's right, but sometimes my brain look, and I question certain things. I question different things, and I'm trying, So when it came to relationships, I was with a guy. But my brain would still drift and question the others. Okay? Now, there was times once I got older, once I got into college, there was times there was females that was liking me, like, hard. Like, I go somewhere, like, hard. Like, I even had somebody that was trying, like, I ain't gonna get into it, but they was liking me, and I'm looking like, ugh. I'm a female and I go through all these emotions. Do I need another one? Like, I don't know how y'all do it. If I tell myself, shut up, and I'm quiet. So, me being with another one, oh my God. But, and I know right now you're probably like, why she's laughing at this? You gotta laugh and keep from crying. You gotta talk yourself out of it. I'm just blessed that I was able to live through it and get through it. Let me back up a little bit. When I was in high school, I was sexually assaulted again by a man, somebody that I'm supposed to have been able to trust. And this is where it made me decide to talk about this topic. So I know I went kind of forward, but I'm pulled back a little bit. So this guy that I'm supposed to have been able to trust literally told me one day, he said, if somebody rapes you, you don't go tell anybody. Because they gonna think that you fast and think that it was your fault, and nobody's gonna like you. Everybody's gonna talk about you, and the man gonna be set free. I was like, what the heck? And this is the person I'm supposed to trust. And it brings me to the situation in this world as ladies, and I'm gonna get to the guys too. In this world as ladies, let's start back at the kids. We have to be mindful of what we showing kids, okay? Reason why there are so many people in the world that are going after their same sex is due to something like what I went through. It only takes one time as a kid because your imagination is at its brightest moment. And it takes only one time for something to happen, for it to alter that child's mind. So just think, for me, I didn't have all the resources that is provided today. Right now, I can literally type in whatever sexual thing. I can just type 6, and it pops up, and it's going to ask a question. Are you 18 years or older? That's it. And they got access. Back in the day, like I said, you need to have the antenna, or ooh, it'd be like on BET at night. You gotta wait till your parents go to your parents go to sleep, and around 12 o'clock, that's when that stuff come popping up, and you like, ah, yeah. We like back in the day, you had to be sneaky about the mess. Now, that where you had to wait till 12 o'clock at night to look at, is available 24/7 for these kids. So think about it. Now, for me, I was assaulted between 3 and 4. I didn't start seeing kids start talking about sex until middle school. And then I started noticing about the sexuality for real once I hit college. What age you think they starting to start this stuff now? In elementary? Yes, y'all don't want to take it. Y'all don't want to feel it. There are kids in elementary school testing the waters. Matter of fact, when I was in elementary school, so back in the day, when they had the little areas for to put your book bags, I was sexually assaulted then as well. Yes, every single day, this boy, because our cubbies was in line, and you know, as kids, we all run up to the cubbies at the same time. This boy used to feel on me just about every day. But again, I ain't have anybody can tell. This boy would dry hump me every day. Yes, and I was in kindergarten. Every day. Grinding on me every day. And I ain't had nobody I could talk to. The teacher, she wasn't really that tight that would because I was quiet, she didn't care. They was paying more attention to the ones that was louder and ignore the ones that was quiet. Never asked, hey, how you doing today? Never. That's why I don't remember none of my teachers. I don't. And I'm cool with that. But yeah, never ask me, or how you doing today? As a student, never ask, how you doing today? Are you good? Are you okay? You need anything? Is there anything on your mind? Because I'm quiet. You will think, why is this child quiet? Let me make sure she's okay. You get overlooked and not realizing the person going through a lot. And with these kids going through so much. So just think what I went through and how society was then. Just think what the heck they going through now. All these kids out here, like, I listen to the kids now, and all they do is talk about same sex. That's it. Because that's what's most important. That's what's most important to them these days, because that's what's being thrown in their face. They don't even know about their own body parts. They don't understand their own chemical balance and all of that. But right now in the society, the world only focus so much on that aspect. But the crazy thing is, a lot of y'all are in that community because you was sexually assaulted when you was little, like me. The only thing is, I kept my faith in check, but a lot of people don't. Now, love is love, but at the same time, just think how one incident can alter your whole destiny. Think of one incident can change the whole entire alignment of your life. And then when it comes to these guys, and when they touch you and do things, do not be afraid to tell somebody. Go to everybody. I don't care if you a type of person that's half naked. Speak your truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I gotta talk on this. There are females that will lie and say somebody done something to them when they didn't. That's not right. You harming that person's life. You are messing with their integrity and who they are as a man. Or female that does that you lying on. But it happens. A lot of kids are being sexually assaulted by the same sex. Some of them are sexually assaulted by the opposite. That's another reason why we have the issue. Because if you were sexually assaulted by the opposite sex when you was little, it paralyzed your brain, where you go in fear, and that's why you trust the same sex. So the thing about it is, like, how can we stop this? How can we get to a point where we can minimize the sexual tension in the world? And I know you're probably saying, didn't you just have a conversation about sex the other day? Yeah, for adults. I didn't say my information was for kids. I've been telling y'all myself it's for adults. So this is a conversation for the adults right now. How can we come together to know how to bring the kids to the table when we need to bring them to the table, and say, hey, are you okay? Are you all right? What's going on? Have real conversations where somebody can talk to you about these things. Because there's a situation where I'm definitely going to talk about. I asked this person, and a couple of years ago when I was doing videos, and they said it was fine for me to talk about it, but we at a new point. So I want to, before I address that situation, because it's their story, so I don't know if that, I need to see if they want to tell that story or they want me to tell it. But it's involving someone that I want to talk about. But right now, until I get that confirmation, because I'm not going to just because I am who I am, I still have respect for people's privacy for what I need to have it for. Other than that, it's a little bit different. But when are we going to start being more aware of what we're doing as people, as human beings, as adults, parents, or figures in the world for these kids? Because there's a lot of things that's going on, and that's why they're having mental issues. Because, excuse me, back in the day, a child could wear specific things, and all I'm saying is like this. We have made sexuality so much as the main focus that our kids are literally looking like adults, and they are in kindergarten, to the point that we have put sex as the main focus. And yes, it's due to the higher ups. That was their plans. But these kids are being sexualized. That's why a lot of these grown-tail men look at kids the way they do. Is it right? Heck no. But a lot of these kids look like they in their 20s. And then the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds look like kids. So how can we make these changes? Because it's growing with the kids' mentality and who they are and who they're supposed to be. And then when it comes to these LGBTQ communities, I'm going to tell y'all right now, we about to change all of that. If you are of the opposite sex, you just the opposite sex. All the alphabets and letters and squares and numbers and all of that is about to stop. You don't need all that. I'm a ABCD 32 9 5 6 42 square to the plus. Y'all sound like prison cell numbers. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's like you want to be seen so bad, and that's what brings me to I'm saying, okay, we gotta see about that. Okay, you want to be seen so bad because you are hurt. That's why y'all want to be seen, because y'all are hurting somewhere. Something happened to you, and nobody saw you when it happened. So now you want to be seen, and it's causing rifts. And the thing about it is, this is not me trying to get away from the fact that, okay, I was touched when I was 3 or 4. I was touched when I was like 5 and 6. I was touched when I was like 15, 16. I'm not like saying that I'm getting off the subject of these people. Wrong is wrong. But what I'm trying to say is, if this is if this is how things was when we didn't have the resources, what do we need to do to change the outcome because we have the resources? One, kids shouldn't be knowing so much about this, because even for my child, I'm gonna at least talk about this part. My child was getting touched on, or if they looking at the private areas, or just because, like, my child has a shape. If it wasn't for you goddamn spells, I have a shape. I bounce back very easily whenever I want to get bounced back. Oh, and the bounce is right. But right now, he ain't bouncing in my way. But anyway, she be telling me how guys be looking at her, females be looking at her, and it makes them uncomfortable. But that's because we make sex the priority in these kids' life. Do we need to know about sex? Yes. Do we need to know about how it operates? Yes. But the problem is, we presented that information to the kids as well. There are some things where the adults need to be at the adults' tables and the kids need to be at the kids' table. And then there's a time when we need to come together. It's like TV shows. How many cartoons now, they have sexual stuff in the cartoons? Because y'all creating the cartoons for the adults and not the kids. How many times you sit back and you're watching the cartoon and they say a punchline and you like looking at your kids like, are they gonna laugh or not? Because if they laughed, then that mean they knew what that was. Yeah, there been plenty of times I be watching something and I see a smirk or something. I'm like, hold on. At your age, how the heck? And that's the problem. Like, TV shows, movies, everything, like, is different than what it was back in the day. Back in the day, you had more knowledge. You knew what was for a child. You knew what was for adults. Now, everything is for adults. That's why so many people are getting, like, y'all can't even say the word sexually assaulted up here. I'm going to say it. Y'all can't even say the word. You can't even say the word rape. But you can do it, though. Sure, some of y'all doing it live, and people don't even realize it's happening. Yes. There's a lot of times y'all be going on live, or y'all be doing different things, and it's happening right in the public eye. And y'all ain't saying nothing. It's crazy how we can censor words, but we can't censor the images. It's no different than back in the day. I had to talk about, oh my God, I'm sorry, my eye. Back in the day, I'm going to call it out, like BET, back in the day, if it had sexual scenes, y'all would cut it and edit it out. Then y'all got to the point y'all would leave it and then put a blur on it, like we can't figure out what's happening underneath the sheets. Like, we make it so easy for somebody to get sexually assaulted or raped, and then we throw pills on top of it. Take these pills because you're crazy. Something's wrong with you. You got mental illness. Man, why this person crying all the time? Why this person mad all the time? Why this person jumping back and forth? Like, 1 minute they happy, 1 minute they not. Why? What's going on? Send them to the psych ward. Something wrong when they crazy. They need to go to the mental hospital. And lo and behold, it's because something like this was happening the whole time. And because of the way our society is, we dope people up so fast to shut them up. Back in the day, it was whatever happened in the house stays in the house. But what's so crazy is, but y'all telling everybody else business. Why you in that house then if you're supposed to stay in the house? A lot of y'all have family members that's assaulting your kids and they can't say nothing, but y'all would take the adults word over the child word. That has happened to me as well. I told the person, I said, hey, this person like did this to me, got pissed off at me. And I'm sitting here like, but you say you went through something like that, so if you've been through something, I'm saying, if you've been through something like that, then you should understand where I'm coming from. It's probably 'cause what you wear, some baggy tail pants. Really? Yeah, you don't. And these, God, that's everybody think a person only gets sexually assaulted because they half naked. Nah, you can be fully dressed, hoodie and all, and a person, if they want something, they gonna take it. I'm tired of hearing that stereotype. And as soon as a female, say something, you must was being provocative. You must was putting yourself out there for attention. It ain't like that all the time. You could be telling a person no, but in this day and age, when a person say no, it turns them on. You wanna know why? 'Cause so many people give it up so fast, that it's a new word to hear no. That's why. So many females are getting sexually assaulted, or 9 times out of 10 now, the ones that say no. And yeah, you sit back and you question like, man, all you gotta do is roll up to a club. I'm gonna tell y'all how it works. All you gotta do is roll up to a club. Any club these days. Roll up. See somebody there. The female that's dressed up to the T. That look like she tried hard to get dressed up. I'm gonna call it out. Because it's normally how it is. I'm not saying you can't be dressed up, but y'all telling yourselves in ways. You look like they trying so hard. Pay attention to her. And I know you probably like, why are you giving the tea? I'm giving you tea so you can pay attention to what you about to drink. And also giving the information to the one that's serving the drink. So you go walk up, you pay attention, you watch her, just look at it real quick, do a quick look, and then walk off. And act like you don't know her no more. Walk off. Act like you don't know her. Because in this day and age, females always go to the one that don't give two cents about their tails. So find the one that you locked eyes with and pretend like you didn't see her and walk off. I bet you caught that fish, she rolling right on up on you. Pretend like you still don't like her, like you ain't paying her no mind. Keep pretending like you ain't paying her no mind. And before you know it, she's going to offer to you. All you had to do is buy her a drink, and now she in the bed with you. See, these are the females that's wanting to be free. But no, y'all go in, y'all find a female that ain't paying you any mind. They keep saying, no, I'm good, thank you anyway, I'm good. What y'all do now? Y'all stalker mode. Oh my God, she actually said no to me. She no to me. I'm not used to that. And then y'all feel like y'all can take something. I'm calling out what goes on in this world. Y'all literally have females that that is willing to open up just for $1 and a McDonald's cheeseburger. And y'all will go out here and rape females that's trying to do what's right, that's trying to live their best life, and y'all screw them up mentally. Y'all sit back and y'all watch these little girls, these babies, y'all do the same. Y'all sit back, watch them, and then act like y'all want to be the daddy daycare and all of that, but lo and behold, you trying to mess with them. And then, like I said, a lot of these kids, they're watching what y'all doing in front of them. So, y'all playing house. What they want to do, go play house. That's it. Monkey see, monkey do. They watching exactly what you're doing and saying, hey, this is all I see. This is how mommy talked to daddy. This is how daddy talked to mommy or her friend or uncle, wherever. So I'm going to go do the same thing because it look like it's fun. Now let me jump on the other side of the spectrum. Females rape men and sexually assault men as well. Yes, we need to talk about it. It happens. It happens more often than you. It happens more often than you realize. A lot of females, they see that guy that ain't paying them no mind. And they get intrigued. Sometimes a guy really don't want you. But you're intrigued because it's like it's a game to you, because guess what? The females become the hunters and the men become the prey. When did that happen? So now you over here on tack mode. It's no different than watching TV shows. Y'all do it all the time. It's in the skits. I watched one yesterday. This lady was receiving a package. And the lady was like, you look good. He was like, okay, thank you, but I'm just here to deliver a package. Well, you can deliver me. It was something that asked, you can deliver me. You can do this to me. You can do that. Oh my God, he looks so good. You sure you don't want to take me? You know that's sexual assault. You know that, right? You're assaulting this man. Because he already said no 3 or 4 times. And you still trying to put yourself on that man. But let him do that to you. Let's start making a police report. Let's start getting the protective orders. Y'all don't realize. Y'all have it in the skits and TV shows all the time, showing how females assault men all the time. Y'all will go up and grab their private areas and everything. Like it ain't nothing. Because y'all think y'all can get away with it. And men be like, they feel embarrassed. But then think about it. A man going to a police station, or a boy going to his parents saying, Mom, or the police, hey, this woman assaulted me. You know how bad they get clowned. So a lot of them hold it in. And they go through mental issues too, just like a female. Just because a guy's hard on the outside, man, they some of the most sensitive people on the inside. They just don't want you to see it. If you do it the right way, you'll get the sensitivity out of them. And you'll find out guys are more sensitive to females, just to let you know that. But how will y'all know? Because they got to put that barrier up around y'all all the time. Because y'all want them to be this hardcore person. And only sensitive when it's convenient for you. But that's another story for another day. But yes, men get assaulted all the time. Y'all will rub y'all bodies up on them. You'll touch up on them. You'll kiss up on them. Just some random person. How many times y'all go on YouTube, y'all see these skits and these females will bend their butts over. Or they'll go just sit on some random dude lap. Or they'll go kiss a dude. When we're going to start talking about that? So, ladies, you're teaching these little girls the same thing. So they go into the little schools and they go start touching on the little boy wee-wee. And be rubbing on them and rubbing and sliding up on them. Yes, y'all teach these kids that. It ain't always just the men. It's the females now. The roles has flipped. It's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in this world. Like, we give men so much, like, the bad rap when there's more females that's back in the day, men was the one that was promoting the sex. You know who's promoting it now? Females. Y'all the leaders. How many y'all half naked in y'all videos and stuff? How many of y'all talk about y'all private areas all day long? So who is controlling? My energy is like, So whose fault is it? Is it the men or the women? Let's talk about it. it's still going to what I was talking about. Let's talk about who is the one who is the one that's controlling the narrative these days about sexuality? Is it men or females? It's like, don't get me wrong, we still got some jankety guys in this world, but it looked like the men starting to become, it's like they becoming the females, they becoming nurturers, they become the ones that, you can go to talk to and have real conversations with and be able to have somebody to understand. The females, shucks, if y'all would keep, that's why y'all need all this hair laser removal, because y'all growing those beards and all that. I ain't gonna lie, I had a strig one time pop up. I said, oh, no, no, no. I said, Nah, that's when I was, with the kids and stuff, and I felt like I was taking on the man role. I said, hold up now. Your hormones starting to change up. Yeah, do y'all know that? So we both man and female. Now some people's genetics, but some of y'all females, if you start realizing that you starting to have facial hairs and stuff coming in out of nowhere a little bit more, because you tapping into your masculine side. Yes. You tap into that masculine side of yourself. So you becoming what you acting like. Just let you know. However, back to the story. Reason why sex is so easy for kids to interpret in this world is because that's what y'all promote. Every time when y'all go on stage, y'all ain't got no clothes on half. Like, y'all don't even wear underwear. Like, y'all literally, your booty cheeks hanging out. I know you like, I'm an adult, I can do whatever heck I want to do. Well, if you go and look at who is watching your music the most, then there is a certain responsibility where you have to alter yourself slightly. I'm not saying your personality is what you need to make sure stays the same. That is what needs to remain. Your authentic self. But when you are a person that is in the eye of the world, you have to represent a certain way. There's a way to be sexy and seductive and still present the same message. Like back in the day, when you ever see TLC going outside with a G-string on? I'm going to call it out. Leave something to the imagination. When do you see Tony Braxton going out there looking at like a hot mess? Aaliyah, Escape. Escape. Love y'all, but y'all been trying to hang with the younger crowd. Who else? And some other groups. My brain stopped there. But it was a lot. Mariah Carey. Like, who else? SWV. Who else? And this message for everyone, just to let you know. But I always start home before I drift out somewhere else. But what I'm trying to say is, look at back in like the 90s era, right? I'm gonna say the late 80s, early 90s, and how they promoted sex, but they left something to the imagination. Now females, y'all go up here in leotard. I think that's what it called, leotard or whatever. Because I understand you're like, it's hot up here. I don't want to get all hot and all this movement. But y'all dressing, say it, okay. Y'all dressing like strippers. And yeah, do I post certain music? I tell y'all, I gotta meet y'all where y'all at. I know what I'm doing, but do you know what y'all doing? Y'all get on stage and all y'all do is turn your butt around and shake. And shake. And shake. That's it. That's it. Popping your cootie and shaking your booty. That's it. And then y'all wondering why these kids are confused, or that's all they want to talk about is this sexuality, like their sexuality and different things like that. Y'all are like, y'all are promoting more sex in the world than men. And in order for us to make the changes so less people get hurt in this world, we got to make changes in how we represent the world. Now, I'm not saying you're responsible for a person sexually assaulting a person or raping a person. However, they're following in your footsteps. So whatever you dress and do, they're going to do the same thing. The same thing. And even for my messages, yes, I'm talking a specific way. I'm handling myself a specific way because I got to meet y'all where y'all at in this world. That goes for every race. I have to start at the bottom. I'm not saying y'all are bottoms. I'm just saying I have to start at the low vibrations so I can pull you up to the high vibrations. I'm not going to be talking about this crap all the time. There's a limit. There is a limit. I'm going to post the videos and then it's there for you to have. But y'all going to start seeing my vibrations are going to go up and it's going to keep going up. I'm not going to be up and then jump back down and all of that. Heck, no, y'all ain't screwing y'all ain't about to screw my energy. I'm starting at the low level energy and then I'm going to keep raising it up. That's the good thing about videos. You can get in where you fit in. Because once I get up there, I'm staying there. I ain't coming back down to this other mess because I already said what I had to say. Press play and repeat. Play, repeat. Play, repeat. So again, in order for us to prevent so many rapes, so many sexual assaults, and so many kids changing into these genders and changing their bodies and all of that, we have to look at ourselves and see what we promoting. And again, yes, you can do what you want to do. You can be who you want to be. But you have to realize in this society, those higher ups did it on purpose because they wanted sex to be the lead of the world. Because if they can control you with sex, they can control you with anything else. That's it. And for the ones that have been sexually assaulted or raped, I want you to, I know that it's not the easiest thing to go through because they took a part of your innocence. However, you need to forgive that person. Even though it hurts, forgive them, forgive yourself. Leave that moment in the past and push forward. For the ones that may have had kids because of this, I understand every time you look at your child, you might be like, man, it reminds me of that situation. Look at it as a blessing from God. If it was a family member and that happened, I know it's not the easiest thing, but take it as a blessing from God. You live, you got through the process. Now be a person in this world and maybe tell your story so you can help somebody else to get through the process. I'm like this. We in a day in a world where I'm not sitting here saying tell your whole, all your business. But if somebody out there maybe don't have family to go to, don't have friends to go to, but they need somebody that resonate with them, even if it's a one-time thing, tell your story. It's to get you off your chest. Go to therapy. Go, write it down. Create a book to tell your story because there's somebody that might resonate with it. When it comes to these pills in the world, you don't need that. You need healing. Those pills are a fake placebo. All it's going to do is make you dead in the head. That's it. It's going to give you nightmares. It's going to make you think that it's helping you, but it's not helping you when it comes to your mental. A lot of it is within healing. You need to heal yourself, because those pills only work if you believe they work. That's really it. And a lot of you are stuck because of those pills. It's like every single time you feel like, man, you know what, I can do this. Let me take my pills a day. I don't feel like doing nothing. I'm going to lay down today. I don't feel like going anywhere. Then you go to sleep and have nightmares about what happened, because it drains your energy. I know. I had to take some pills when I went through my so-called manic episode. They're going to say manic. You went through a manic episode. Oh, because I love God that much, that my energy was that high. I'm crazy now. You need to take these pills because you are too happy. Yes, they made me take pills because they said I was too happy. That's what it was. I was too happy. So like I said, it's not easy topic to talk about. But if you don't have anyone else to tell, go to therapy. But even when you go to therapy, you got to believe in the service that the worker is giving you. Go to, write it down in a book. But you got to believe that you can heal from what you wrote down. Tell your testimony on one of these lives. Maybe just getting out there and letting somebody see is what helps. And then if you don't want to post a video, this is what you do. Just like I'm doing right now. Just record yourself telling yourself what happened. Record yourself and do not post it. Just record yourself on everything that's bothering you. Record yourself on everything that's bothering you. And then go back and look at that video. And when you look at the video, so this is how it's going to be. When you do the video, you confessing, telling your testimony. When you look at the video, now you tell yourself, okay, if this was a random person on the street, what would I tell them on how to get through that situation? And then implement it into your life. That's what I had to do. I didn't have anyone to go to. Yeah, I prayed, but a lot of times I didn't hear no voice. I didn't hear no response back, but that was part of my journey. So I started recording videos. Now I'm going to say this, because the way this internet works, and a lot of times when you record stuff, you never know who can tap into your phones and stuff, and you don't want them to get that information. So go old school. Get the old school camcorders where it is not attached to any internet. That means that whatever you say is yours. The only way somebody going to know is if they come into your home and take it. But do a regular recording and record yourself. Do your own documentary. And this is how it's going to work for you. Once you do that, and you keep doing that over and over again, guess what? You just created your own book. You don't have to know how to read. You don't have to know how to write. Because you can go to find somebody that knows how to read, knows how to write, and take your words and put it in a book for you. And now your story is being heard by others. So that goes for anyone that's scared, that they want to write their own life story about what has happened in their life and the things they went through. But they like, I'm not good at grammar. I don't know how to put my words together. I don't know how to write the right way. Do a video recording of yourself. Or tape recording of yourself. And then when the time is right, and you feel comfortable to put that information out, then you can find a publishing company that they can take all your words and turn it to a transcript, and they can write the book for you. And they can put it into audio so you can hear it back. Okay, there's ways around everything. Again, I'm about to get off. This video's long enough. Love yourself. Don't allow this world to corrupt you. Reach out to your family members and talk to them. If you see somebody that's quiet, talk to them. If you see somebody loud, talk to them, because there's something going on. We all react because of something. For every action, there's a reaction. Okay? If the people that you around you can't trust, find somebody you can trust in. You can always pray. I'm there for you. I'm going to keep putting these videos out. I will get deeper on how I was able to actually get out of these situations. But right now, I just gave you the basics. So I'm going to continue providing videos. Again, yes, I have been putting a lot of vulgar and crazy stuff out. But I'm working at a low vibration level. But my energy levels are going to go up. And I'm not coming back down. Because that's what the video's there for. I'm going to hit on each topic. And when I get to the top, I'm staying there. I'm going to keep going up higher and higher. Y'all ain't going to have me shifting back and forth. I'm going to tell you that right now. Unless my spirit say, okay, you know what? We need to talk about this a little bit more, then so be it. But that's how you protect your energy. You protect your energy by elevating it. Not keep going into all, keep fluctuating it. That's what screws up your manifestations and your journey in this world. On that note, I hope y'all understand. I hope y'all have amazing. Y'all going to have a blessed and amazing day. Say, I'm gonna have a blessed and amazing day today. My day is gonna be amazing. No, everything's gonna work in my favor today. And if anybody don't have nothing good to say, then they don't need to say nothing at all to me. In Jesus' name, amen.